let's talk about how to check diastasis recti or abdominal separation on yourself. Now, abdominal separation or diastasis recti is when it's slightly damaged. Abdominal separation has to happen during pregnancy to make way for your baby. It happens to everyone. Your six-pack has to separate to make way for the baby. Now, the damage happens, that layer in between the six-pack, the linea alba, that tissue in between is very fine. I like to say it's like tissue paper. So if there's damage to the tissue in between, that is when we have diastasis recti. And when we check for separation, we're not only looking for the width of the separation, it's also about the depth. So you might see some ladies who have a six-pack and look amazing, but they could still have diastasis recti. There could be a big gap in between, and the depth or that linea alba in between, that deeper core, hasn't healed. Now, let's not panic about it. Okay, it has to happen. And if you're very early postpartum, you are most likely going to have, yes, some form of diastasis recti because your deep core has to heal. But this is a great way for you to work out what exercises are suitable for you and what you're not ready for. So always let's lie down on our side by coming down on our side, again, to protect our core. You're going to roll over onto your back. Your feet are hip-width apart, and you've got a nice neutral spine. So by that, we don't have any tucking or sucking through the pelvis. The shoulders are softened away from the ears. And again, you can probably tickle your fingertips towards your heels, but they're not too far away. You're simply going to place one hand behind your head for support. Take a deep breath in and a big exhale as you just very gently lift your shoulder blades off the floor. So deep breath in, exhale, come up, and I want you just to feel down through that midline of your core. Okay? Now feeling not only for the gap, whether that be a fingertip, and also feeling if you push in, if it goes down to your knuckles. Okay? Come down to about your belly button and then relax, come back down, hold your fingers where they were. So you've got probably a pretty good idea about where you're at if you've got a 2, 3, or maybe just a half finger gap. Everyone is different. Now come up again, another deep breath in, exhale. Now everyone normally has a lot more separation around the belly button. So feel around that belly button, because I like to say that was the summit or the peak of the belly while your baby was in there. And then come down a little bit lower, still breathing. So not holding your breath and just feeling into that area. And then come back down and relax. Okay, now you might need to do that a couple of times, just feeling into that area. Please don't do it and strain through your abdominals. And I want you to make sure that you're, again, feeling not just for the separation, but also the depth of the separation. So the depth as well as the width. Now, if you do have a width that's about any more than 3 centimeters or close to 3 or 2 fingers, and the depth is coming down towards your knuckles, that is diastasis recti, okay? There's not any deep core support there. So you are definitely not ready for some stronger core abdominal work. And that particularly means no crunches, no planks, no sit-ups, okay? It doesn't mean never. It just means you need to heal from the inside out before you're ready for these. Now, if you have a separation and maybe you've just got a 1 finger separation, but you've got quite some depth in between there, so you're still coming down to the knuckle area, again, you still have some diastasis, okay? So your deeper core, the inside of your core, I like to say you can't see the core of an apple, okay? That deeper core has not healed. You need more healing. And again, you probably need to work on some more deeper core activation exercises and avoid things that are like crunches and planks, which are really just activating these upper abdominals, which is not going to help heal the deeper core where that separation and that, healing needs to happen. Now, you might have a slight separation, might be 1 finger, and you can really not get your fingertip down too deep, okay? Or you might have a 2-finger gap, but again, you can't push your fingers in really deep into your core. So that midline of your core is really strong, or it's particularly strong. That is called functional diastasis. So that means that inner layer of your core is actually pretty good and healed. So that means some certain exercises are going to be better for you and you'll be able to do them. It also means you still do have a little bit of healing to do. So don't go out and go really hard with, again, crunches, planks, sit-ups. But some of the progressive exercises I offer, and you'll hear me say you have functional diastasis, this is suitable for you, you can do it. Now, again, if you're really not sure about where you're at, if you're finding there's a lot of difference in depth and width throughout your core as you check, please go and get assessed by a women's health physio. Or if you're one of my clients, I love to assess you, and please go and get that checked and then work closely with someone who can provide you some optimal exercises for your core.